Hey, I'd like to take a minute, talk a little bit about enlightenment. A lot of you folks watch some videos on YouTube, and you're listening to gurus talk, like Sadhguru, maybe Deepak Chopra, Osha, or Osho, I don't even know what his name is. But, a lot of what they're saying, it really can't process in our brains. Because if you don't feel it and you're not you don't realize it yourself, they can tell you whatever they want, auras this, you what I get from any of this is that all of us are robotic, and that there's something else that pulls the strings. you know I go it down to like our thought processes. If you try to stop thinking for at least 5 minutes, you see that the thoughts just pump in or come in from thin air. And you can observe them as they happen. And as you're observing them as they happen, you can realize that, you're not the one that's making the thoughts. You don't control your heartbeat. You don't control what your cells are doing. You don't control the way your hair grows on your skin. You don't even control what tomorrow will bring. It's all an illusion of thinking that you do have control. So anyone talking about, my higher self, I create reality, there's no I in this. There's something else that's creating it. But we're out of touch with that. And no guru, no shaman is ever going to be able to get you to see that. Unless, you see it from within yourself. You know? So all these people out here talking about, I'm woke. I'm woke. You're not woke. You're not woke. Because at the same time you're saying that, you're going out there doing something that's, selfish. You're either making fun of somebody else on your post. Whatever, you're not woke. Neither is Sadhguru, Osho, or any of those people. If they were woke, you wouldn't be doing this for money. As a matter of fact, you realize that you can't really help other people. They have to help themselves. You can show them the way, but there's only so much you can do. You can show someone the door. They have to walk themselves through, through realization. And, if I was awake or, I reach nirvana, I'd realize that everything is the way that it's supposed to be. The way that, the person I said that is, making the thoughts, controlling your heart beating, all of that, enforcing you know, the physical laws of the universe, like gravity, electromagnetism, the word that the Bible talks about, the word of God. Those are the word. It would be, because it carries out the instructions of how this physical world should behave. I can't drop that without it, having a certain, outcome. I'm not the one who picks that outcome. But it's better to not listen or read into anything, to research any of it. You're not going to find what you're looking for by like researching, by watching videos, by it's not a religion. It's something that you have to find within yourself. If you don't find it in yourself, it's not real. It's not real to you. You know? And I don't understand how you can make money off of that. You know, I would keep it moving. Either I'm gonna choose to be like one of those monks who meditate and reach nirvana and just never wake up and are found or hundreds of years, sorry, later, still in that same position, frozen and mummified. That's probably what I would choose. Um, and if you are enlightened and you choose to stay here, you would realize, that you're not in control of the way things are. That there's something else. There's a plan. Um, we don't know what that plan is because we don't think 20 steps ahead. We think, one step at a time. So when, you know, you see like a baby dying of SIDS and then a rapist living, you can't really see 20 steps ahead in the future to realize why there was a need for that. You can't see that rapist actually sent down a trickle effect that caused something 20 years ahead in the future to take place, and that their existence was necessary for it. I look at Adolf Hitler, for example, um, the whole Holocaust. What did that lead us to? The good that came from that? Um, we had the civil rights movement shortly after that. I'm able to work in businesses now. Yeah, the world is still racist, but we've progressed from there and learned from like that mistake. And if that never happened, I wouldn't be where I am. Being a network engineer. I'm not saying that like it was good that it happened, but we just can't think 20 steps ahead. To why something happens. Over one thing or another. Scientists like Neil deGrasse Tyson like to psychoanalyze, but he thinks in terms of one step ahead. Whenever he's talking about, why there's no source or God. Yeah, he's right that, the religious depiction of the source doesn't exist. It's too small. You can't be outside of everything, looking down at everything, manipulating it, separate from it, and to call yourself God. If you're not everything, then there's a God that's above you that is everything. And all you are is just like us, what we're gonna eventually do with our AI technology, which is recreate the Big Bang. And that's gonna happen sometime in the future. The only way to know, what existence is or to understand it is to experience it. So our technology will do that. And that's what that Jehovah in the Bible or Allah, any of them, sound like. But yeah, on that note, uh, make sure that, you don't read into anything. No one can show you the way. If you're interested in enlightenment, you're interested in, knowing the truth, knowing about the universe, it's within you. Find it yourself. You know, if it's if it's not if it's not in your fate to find it, that's fine because it's not necessary for us to be here to be enlightened in the first place. It's necessary for us to be here to experience. And you are doing everything that you're supposed to be doing in the first place. Why try to change that? There is something else that's pulling the strings, and it wants your life to be the way that it is. Whether it's horrible or not, it's an experience it wanted to experience. You know, take it for what it is, and that's really enlightenment right there. Is just accepting things as it is, understanding you don't have control, and that words like free will don't really exist. They're illusions. Right now, even the very words I'm saying right now, I'm not controlling it. I think I am. But the moment you stop your thinking process, and then those thoughts come in from thin air, and you just observe them, you don't try to psychoanalyze them, you realize that, you're not the one that's in the driver's seat. Don't believe me? Do it yourself and realize it from within yourself. On today's note, peace, love, and empathy. Cheers.